Hey everybody, in this week's episode, I'm going to be telling you guys about the craziest lucid dreaming story that I've ever experienced in all my years of lucid dreaming. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below about what your craziest lucid dreaming story was. So without further ado, enjoy the video. Alright guys, so basically the place where the story of my dream took place was on a beach. Okay, so basically what happened was, I wrote it all down in my dream journal, so I'm just gonna read that off. Thursday, January 13th, 2013. I was looking at my iPhone, and it felt like any normal day, but there was no sound around me. All of a sudden, a soda machine went off. I turned around and everything was blurred, but kind of in a wavy sort of way. I stood up and I walked around and everything just seemed off. Like my vision was so blurred and I couldn't tell what people were saying. Everybody's voice was muffled. And I tried to look at my hands, and sure enough, I had the most odd looking hands. They were like breathing. I had like 13 fingers, and then after that I tried to plug my nose and breathe, and sure enough I could breathe. So I knew I was dreaming, and this is the night I had been doing tons of research about lucid dreaming, like cool things that you can do in lucid dreams. So I got to experience all of that. So what I did was, I stood up, I walked to the water, and I dove right in. And I could breathe. I could breathe under the water. I kept going down under, and I could just see everything. It was perfect because that's what I wanted it to be. Like, I knew I was dreaming, so I thought to myself, it will be perfect underwater. Like, it'll be freaking Atlantis or whatever. And that's what it was. There were like mermaids and fish everywhere. It was beautiful. So I didn't spend much time in the water though, because I wanted to like fly and I wanted to do cool stuff. So I walked right back out of the water and actually I wasn't even wet. I walked out of the water completely dry. Like, my hair was dry, my skin was dry. So I don't know if that's a thing in lucid dreams. Maybe you do get wet, but for me I didn't. So I walked up to the benches that I was sitting in at first, looking at my iPhone, and I was like, okay, so I heard that if you spin around you can teleport. So I spun around and I just fell straight back onto my back, and everything turned black. Then I was looking at my iPhone again. Like, it was like my dream disappeared, and I was back looking at my iPhone the same way my first dream started. And I looked up, and sure enough, I was on the beach right there again. So I got up, and this time I tried, okay, well, I almost lost my dream there, so I'm going to try to stay calm. So I sat down on the bench as calm as I could be, and the bench started flying out. Like, I was sitting on it, it started flying. So I kept my nerves down, but I was going to explode on the inside. It was the best feeling ever. So I started flying on the bench, and I was like, are you serious? Is this real? But then I obviously knew it wasn't, but like, it was something that's crazy happens to you like that. So I went over to this surfboard shack, and I don't know why. It was a surfboard shack, but inside of it was a bathroom. It was like weird. But I looked in the mirror, and it was like Dragon Ball Z in the mirror. I was like, wait, what? I was kind of confused. I was like, what is this? Because I used to watch Dragon Ball Z a lot, but it's been a long time. But that's what was in the mirror when I looked at like my surroundings. So everything was like all animated. And I walked back outside, and everything was animated, like just like it was like Dragon Ball Z. And, like, the sky was animated. The sky was purple. It was like that planet that Piccolo lived on, and it was like everything was purple with clouds. and it was really beautiful, and but everything was animated too. So I just got up and flew away because by then I was like, okay, well, if I'm in Dragon Ball Z, I can fly. So I just flew away, and I was flying, and then there was like, you guys probably haven't seen Dragon Ball Z, but then there's like some guy, some evil dude from it, and then I got in a fight with him, and I was trying to run because like, even though when you're in a dream, you can still feel pain in like you'll experience pain as if your brain manifests it, and it hurts like bad. So he like hit me in the neck, and it was like as if my whole body went like numb, but also like stinging, like staticky. It was like a horrible feeling. So and I and then I tried to run away, and I couldn't run. It was like, I don't know if you guys have had that, but there would be like a murderer chasing after you. You try to run, and you just like are running in place, and it's like annoying as hell. But yeah, so I was trying to run. I was in space. That wasn't moving, and then I turned around, and I just like threw my arms at him because I was like, what else do I do? And down, down he went, just straight down in the ground, and just it was honestly kind of funny, but it was pretty epic too. So I flew down back to the ground, and he was gone. Everything else was gone. I walked back over to the mirror in the surfboard shack, and everything was pretty normal, but it was like I was in like a first person shooter once I walked back out. It was like this surfboard shack was like a reality changer, so it was pretty cool. So I walked back out, and I was like a first person shooter guy, and I came out with like a little cool little rifle. We started just shooting things like for fun, like no people or anything, but just like just shooting like towels and stuff like that just for fun. And I flew up to the sky because I don't know why I could still do that. And everything looked so different. Like the sky was such a different color. It was like, it wasn't normal. It was like, it was more like a green color. It was like a green color with tons of stars all over the place. And after that, I went back down and I got shot because I was in the first person shooter, and somebody shot me right in the neck again. And I was so like out of it, and then I just fell back to the ground, and then I was looking back at my iPhone again on the sand under the soda machine and on the bench, just looking back at my iPhone as if everything started over. At this point, I was so sick of lucid dreaming. Like, I know that doesn't sound right, but I was like kind of freaking out because it really hurt to get like shot and then like stabbed in the neck by that guy, and like because you can still feel pain. But then so I did one last thing. I tried putting my like hand through my other hand, and that worked, and it was like really cool. And then I tried like doing the thing where you make a door, you find a door, and then you picture what you want behind it to be behind it, and that also worked. So all these things work in your dreams, by the way, if you guys want to try them out. And so I tried everything that I heard about, and then after that I just tried to wake up until I did wake up, and then that was pretty much the end of my dream. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and remember to comment down your craziest lucid dreaming stories that you've ever had. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace out.